Hello and welcome, as today is the 13th day of July 2018, and this is the Crypto Day morning. I'd like to welcome you to this morning's episode. Like always, all investing choices are within your own risk reward portfolio. Risk reward management for myself is always job number one. Before getting into the Bitcoin chart, let's take a very quick look at gold against the US fiat currency, which amongst here, after the leg lower breaking down below around the 1284 previous support level, has been in a straight drop. This has been going on since June the 14th. Prices fell, well, so far about 50 basis points from that point. That's about 4%. Of course, volatility very microscopic compared to cryptos. With that being stated, however, where we're seeing this now, you made the support level on July the 3rd. You rally up to the 18 highs, starting to leave the 18 within such. So it looks as if a new leg lower is going to appear. It's also at this area of support. So I'd be looking at an area between 1216 to 1205, and then you have the key Fibonacci down towards 1189. Next, we got silver, and I'm putting this on the Crypto Day morning because technically it's not hard to buy either gold or silver with that of cryptocurrencies. So to me, it gets the recognition, and it's only a matter of time before I feel both will be traded amongst the blockchain. Of course, it's taking longer than I would think, but hey, it's just a matter of time. Within silver, similar sort of setup as the previous level of support has found resistance. So when you make a move like this, I want to see how you hold and stay above or below a key point. We see how it's doing so in here. With the previous level of resistance in which it had, on two different occasions, it was able to get above that key line. And well, both times, with the first one being in April and then again last June, has obviously failed when it came down towards the previous level and continued much further. So now that we're seeing this, we've consolidated like gold at a previous support area within the December lows. And not only is it the December lows, but it's also the July lows from last year, as well as the December lows from 2016, as well as it was a small low point in June of 2003. So this is the fifth time at this key support level. Breaking down below, if it does, I'd be looking for an area for a pierce below 15 towards about the 14 and 2/3 to 14 and 8/9, which is 1488. Now you may see myself as a possible silver maximist, cryptocurrency maximist, and neither of the two is correct. Where a maximist in something like a Bitcoin maximist, a silver maximist, a gold maximist is one who believes without a shadow of a doubt and really without ever changing a mindset that that is the only way to invest in. So it's only Bitcoin, it's only cryptos, it's only gold, it's only silver. Now, Chris Dwayne, I believe, is purely a huge silver maximist, as he got the channel on YouTube, and he runs the Silver Shield bullion coins. Now, he might be very similar to myself for the reasons of such of a silver maximist, in that I would look at myself as that of the fiat currency and an anti-currency maximist, or a currency minimist, if that would be the negative word, for the reason I love silver, why it's still my profile picture on YouTube, and with no reason for me to change it at this point, is because it's the only asset class I feel confident long term. Thus, something that is less volatile right now. But with the US dollar index, it's in a bull market. Of course, this is a fiat currency against other fiat currencies, and I'm anti all of them equally. I find them to be the greatest Ponzi scheme and that we've ever had on the planet, which is the central bank system. Not a big fan of it. In fact, I despise it at all degrees. And as a hobby, I'm also a calculated gambler in the sense of I look for situations where I can have advantage play on my side. And in crypto trading, I feel very confident amongst the such, and it has definitely turned out that way, really helping increase the silver stack, silver portfolio very well through the end of 2017 into the first few months of 2018 up until the April high rally. So therefore, what we have in here is the situation of the level of support that had a big move, support, smaller move. Now we've had multiple resistance amongst this level. There's a long, long, long ways to go for the market to heal, but it seems as if there's a long, long ways to go for the big decline I've talked about at the 6,000 handle. Taking a look at this on the short term, because I talked yesterday about how the market was breaking down on the early sides, early stages of such. And we are seeing failed move, fast move in the opposite direction over and over with elevator rides up and down consistently. Within such in here, when you have normal moves like this on the daily time frame, there really isn't elevator moves here. Maybe a little small elevator move on April the 12th. And then again, it took a very small one again on June the 10th down. But for the most part, you see moves like this, it's like taking the stairs up. At least using the analogy within such. On the single hour time frame, this is what happened yesterday. There's the elevator move up. There's the sideways consolidation. It's been constant over and over the amount of times in which you have considerable legs higher and lower. But each time is a failed breakdown or breakout before it happens. And you might be saying to yourself, no, I don't see a single failed breakout here. And you're right, there isn't one. There isn't. However, in here is where the breakout occurred. Now, the pattern's always the same. You come from a sideways range. You then go the opposite direction where you're going and show the patterns. And then you have a key low. I mean, you break down below definite key levels of support. Then you have a rally that not only gets up to its previous level, but decently above it. And the same is true within the law of polarity on the other side. But, yeah, there's no resistance here, but that came from this move, which had it right in here. There was a failed breakout, fast move, and then continuation. So 2 legs lower within it, 2 elevator rides lower, as it took the elevator down. Maybe down 2 floors here. I don't know, maybe whatever. But then it just hovered around this floor for a while. Did it again, hovered around that floor, and then pretty much the same thing. Now, it did manage its rally to come up to this level of resistance. And as we are seeing just right now within this green candle, it's got an interesting bullish setup on the 60-minute time frame. And of course, whenever that's the case, I guess it should be at the point now, anytime a market is looking to have a great bullish setup to that of up or down, is it really that great in the sense that are we going to get a failed breakout, fast move lower? You know what? It's almost to the degree where if this happens, you're going to have a lot of these shaky movements short term that I'll just transpire this to the hourly time frame, realizing that it's still correcting within this 18. If rallies come up, then just maybe I might be able to see that this thing is going to get ready to go. But like I stated just many minutes ago, it's a long ways to go up, and there's still a lot of work on the sense of bringing this down to the a key break below the 6,000 level. That, of course, has been taking quite some time as well. 50-minute time frame just to see this situation here, because the story has changed after it stayed exactly the same from like last night at 9 p.m. Eastern up until 7:45 a.m. Eastern, and that is a very tight consolidation range. There was a spot here where the market had a little bit of a move lower, not too much. But what I'm seeing on here is how this little rally got up to the upper end, like a lot of them have. But it did manage to come up here So it meets up with that high area. It's got a short red term candle move down, so it's already came back to where it came from. If the market can hold very short term, because I'm using the 15-minute time frame, this previous resistance area, somewhere around 62 and a half, even 62 and a half, 62.45 in that area there. If it could hold that, and then even start to test some of these areas here, the 18 average is going to start to decline, go from its neutral situation. I'd be looking for resistance short term to come up to this point. And if it's going to be a successful move, either correct through time there for maybe a half hour or so, maybe come back further down to this little area here and then lift higher. But if it doesn't find much resistance in this area, see price action very short term making a pattern move up to this area here, then maybe it's been aboard the elevator and it's pushing some higher number. I'd like to thank you for tuning into today's episode and have yourself a great day. Bye-bye. And good weekend. It's Friday. TGIF. Thank goodness it's Friday. But as far as cryptos are concerned, markets never close. In fact, I'd be curious to know when the last time there has been 60 seconds in duration in which Bitcoin was never traded somewhere. Oh, that would be a long time ago and a long time from now. Take care. Bye-bye.